Welcome to the Ink Vibes podcast. This is your host, Jimmy Jones, and I wanted to just give a little introduction of what I wanted to do. I am 100% a addict in recovery, and I have a lot of friends in recovery. I am a entrepreneur. I do several types of businesses, like I do tattoos. I'm a tattoo artist, but I've also been doing construction for 20 years, and my father got me into that. My mother was an artist, and I guess I kind of followed in her footsteps. I remember telling her, when she was alive, she's, passed. But my mom was an amazing woman, and she passed away from, my dad cheated on my mom and brought her home HIV. And my mom, unfortunately, contracted the virus, and she passed away because of it. So I learned some valuable lessons from my childhood, from my parents being in addiction, but that still didn't stop me from going down my own path. I have a daughter who's 18, and she just had a daughter. So I have a 1-year-old granddaughter, and I'm only 37 years old, and I'm a grandfather. So, I've been dabbling in drugs for the past, since I was a teen, 15 or so. I'm 37 now. And for the past 12 years, I've known about recovery. So since I found out about, 12-step fellowships, my life has never been the same, 100%. It totally changed my life. I didn't know that there was a different way to live. I was in and out of institutions. I've done a lot of time because of bad decisions that I made. And unfortunately, I had to learn the hard way. And I bumped my head a couple times. And looking back at it now, I feel like I'm a totally different person. But this is the I Am Art Studio. This is the first project that I had that was my own place. I do a lot of other people's places, so you might see me posting. I have a YouTube channel, and I post on Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat and TikTok. And so anytime I post stuff or whatever I'm working on, it's always for somebody else. So this place, I finally got to build out my own warehouse. I converted it into a music studio, somewhat like a tattoo shop or a living arrangement, built like a house inside of the warehouse. And I love it, but unfortunately, the time has come to where I have to leave. They are actually, I believe, knocking down the building because they're evicting everybody out of the whole complex. So that makes me feel a little bit better that it's not just singling me out. It's unfortunate. I did put a lot of work in, and but I totally have faith and trust in myself now that I could do that shit anywhere. So this was like a trial run. It does look really cool in here, but my next one's gonna look even cooler. So I keep optimistic about that. I see myself as a glass half full type of guy. I try to keep positivity in everything that I do. I totally believe that if you believe in yourself and you trust the process and just go through the footwork, even though you don't see that somehow it's going to work out in the long run, just pretend like you do. Pretend like you believe that everything is going to work out. But honestly, if you really believe it in your heart, no matter what you believe in your heart, and you act as if, those things will come to fruition, and you will build your own life. 100% guaranteed, You are the founder of your life. You are the creator of your life. There's nobody else in the world that affects your life like you do. People could throw curveballs at you. People can, purposely go out and try to hurt you or purposely try to sabotage you. There's only one person that can let those things affect you, and that's you. I opened up my first business here. This lady shuts down the building. You think that's going to stop me? Hell no. I'm going bigger and better. Now the next place is going to be even more badass. So I just look at it as like it's a learning experience. And the thing that I've learned over my experience in life is like the only thing in life that's guaranteed is change. Nothing ever remains the same. Nothing does. For instance, like you can put all your work and energy into something, but we all die. This place is going to be here long after I'm gone. And what's really important is the memories, the times. At this moment in time, right now, where you are in your life, where you're standing, where you're watching this video, this is never going to happen again in your life exactly like it is in this moment. You can take that and you can take what you learn and you can run with it and try to apply it into your life. But only you can do that. I know a lot of people like to think that, if this wouldn't have happened, then this wouldn't have happened. Or if they didn't treat me this way, I wouldn't act this way. I'm here to tell you, I've been incarcerated several times. I have 18 felonies. And each time, it was pretty much a new charge. My whole childhood, I was in and out of jail, I kept getting arrested, and I kept doing the same exact thing. As soon as I got out, no hesitation. I would just go back right to doing the same thing. And I didn't know any difference. I really didn't. It was what I was raised around. It was the people. But it's not the people, because I was probably the worst out of all the people. Everybody said, don't hang out with him. I was a bad influence type of dude. And I didn't see myself that way, but that's what a couple of my friends' parents said. And, they did know my parents, and they knew, we were into drugs. My father did introduce me to drugs and stuff, but that's no excuse. I had the choice to do that or not, I have on my chest, I have product of my environment. And I do believe that you are a product of your environment. You are what you are raised around. You are the environment that you are introduced to. I was born and raised in South Florida, in Fort Lauderdale. So my whole life I've only known between Miami and Palm Beach, maybe a little bit outside of Florida, the Keys, Fort Myers, Naples, stuff like that. As an adult, I expanded my horizon. But, no matter where you're born, that's your environment. That's where you start. It's your choice where you finish. You can move. Sometimes, some people, it's harder to get out of that environment that they're in. Sometimes they feel stuck. Financial insecurities, 100% of people, even the richest people, sometimes they experience financial circumstances that are out of their grasp. The thing I really, from my experience in life, right, I think that everybody has their own problems. Everybody has deaths. Everybody is going to experience deaths. And to one person who's broke, they might experience not having a certain amount of money. You know, they might think, oh, well, $100, man, I got money. You know, I could spend a couple bucks. But to another person who's rich, they might have that set at 10,000. They might have that set at 100,000 or 1,000,000. To somebody who's worth 50 billion, if they get down to 1,000,000, they're broke. To somebody who's broke, like no money, you know, it's just a different level. Everybody experiences life through their own eyes. And it's whatever the experiences that you come across is what forms you into the person that you are. And I'm very lucky, I'm very blessed to have the people that I have in my life, to have the talents that I have in my life, the things that pique interest to me. I like to do the things that I like to do, and I found a way into incorporating that into my life to turn it into a career. Honestly, I never thought I would be able to get to the point where I'm at today. Do I think I'm there yet? Not at all. I think I'm just establishing, I'm just starting to get the wheels rolling. You know, I haven't started hitting 100 miles per hour yet. You know what I mean? I'm just like pushing the car. And I think I'm learning a lot of valuable life lessons. I know a lot of different types of people. I can relate to people because I've been broke. I've been homeless. 6 months ago, I was homeless. Or 7 months. 7 months ago now. I have 7 months clean again. I've had several years, several times. And I keep fucking up. And that's no fault of anybody else's but mine. I can't, I start gaining momentum. I start doing really good. Loving life. And then something happens. You know, I gotta find out what it is. But that's me. Gotta do soul searching. And find out what it was. But I totally believe that everybody has their own experiences. Don't bash anybody for their own. You know, the person who's broke today, begging for change, standing at the stoplight, I've seen them turn their life around and own businesses, own a McDonald's or own a vape store, or, you know, I literally have seen it with my own eyes. I've seen people change their life around from being homeless, being locked up, being in prison, incarcerated, to owning businesses, changing their life around, having a family, having kids, doing the right thing, paying their bills on time. I've seen so many success stories. It is impossible for me not to believe that recovery works. I've seen it in my own life, and I've seen it in countless others. And I'm not trying to sell you on nothing like that. I'm just saying what my experience is I've seen some really crazy stories. And I believe in people. I believe in change. I believe that you can change your life. And I also believe that not everybody that you think is doing so well or doing, they might have a lot of money in your eyes, but they might be torn up inside. They might be broken. Their wife might have cheated on them. Their kid might have died. You never know what somebody's going through. So you can't think just because that guy has a Rolls Royce and you got a fucking Honda, you can't think that his life is better than yours, because he might have just lost his wife and his kid in a car accident. He's miserable right now, you know? And that's just the things that happen in life. There's no way you can avoid those things. You know, we want to try to care for our families and stuff, but that's just life. Life happens, and something you gotta learn to deal with. Now, what I've learned from my experience in life is the way you deal with those things that happen to you are what create you. Now, I have done a ton of work to a vehicle that I have. I have a old Chevy S10 truck that I like totally redone. I fixed it up. I got it really cool looking. I really love these trucks. And it broke down the other day. That's where I'm getting at. I just did the front end. I put a whole new front end on this truck. So it's technically a brand new old truck, and I was driving, I was looking at places, and I was going to see another buddy who used to work with me at a tattoo shop. And I was going to see him, and all of a sudden I'm getting off of the highway, and boom, my wheel starts going, started feeling real weird, so I pull right over. I go down, I look under the car, and I see, I work on my own cars, and I see that there's something wrong. The wheel is going like this. What happened was the tie rod crown nut, there's a little nut that holds it with a little piece of metal that goes through, cotter pin, and it broke. So the wheel started going in and out, and it could have been very dangerous. The wheel could have just fell off. My whole truck would have fell, and I would have had to have the tow truck. Probably would have gotten more accidents. So what happened was I jump out of the car, I look at it, I'm like, all right, I gotta call the tow truck. My girlfriend is sitting with me in the truck. I'm like, all right, babe, I gotta call the tow truck. I call my buddy who was waiting for me at my buddy's tattoo shop, and I'm like, hey, I gotta make a quick call to a tow truck on 95, and I'm stuck, and sorry I can't make it, but this is what I'm dealing with. So I gotta just call the tow truck, gotta go there, I gotta go get the part, I gotta fix it. And I kept it really optimistic, really positive. The guy who came over in the tow truck was really cool. He gave me a good vibe on the phone. He was charging like double what the other people that I was gonna call were charging. But because he was so optimistic and he was very positive on the phone, I said, you know what? I told my girl, I said, I don't mind paying him extra. He seems like a very cool dude to be around. Like, let me deal with this guy. I like his attitude. So he comes over, and I ride with him, and we just, boom, we click. He just moved down from Louisiana, down to South Florida. He's from Baton Rouge, and he's looking for a tattoo artist. You see how that works? He had some tattoos, he needed some work done, and so I gained a connection there. And he also has cars for sale. He's at a tow truck company, and they get cars all the time that they're looking to sell. So I established a connection by spending a couple extra more dollars. I helped myself, and I helped him. He gained a new friend, I gained a new friend. But the established connection was that we were both very positive. And my girl was like, oh, I can't believe you're being so cool about this. Like, I'm like, babe, there's nothing to be mad about. We just gotta tow it, and I gotta go get the part, and I gotta put it on. That's it. Simple. If I was to get mad, kick the tire, like, what would that do? It wouldn't help anything. It wouldn't better my situation, and the only thing it would affect, well, actually not the only thing, because not only would it affect me and my attitude, but when you're negative and you're mad, you also affect the attitude of people around you. You might not realize it, but you impact your surroundings 100%. Like, you are the one that create all the things in your life. So when you get in an altercation with at least 2 or more people in a day, chances are they're not being the asshole, you're being the asshole. So, I hear somebody outside. So, anyways, um, for instance, somebody the other day, I was at a 7-Eleven, and we walk into the store. There's a couple people. It's me and my girl. We walk into the store. I'm grabbing something to drink. And the girl at the register is sitting there on the phone. She's talking to somebody, cursing them out. Who you think you're talking to? Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, God. She's screaming now. And she's working there. So we go up to the register. And I'm swiping my card. And she got mad at me. And I was like, it's not popping up. I'm swiping and it's not popping up. She's like, God, everybody's got an attitude today. I'm like, oh, I didn't have that attitude. But because she had an attitude, it affected her. And that's how she felt about it. So it's just something you gotta really take into consideration when you're dealing with people. How are you coming off? How are you radiating your energy? Everybody's heard the saying positive vibes. You got good vibes. Like when you're happy, when you're positive, it radiates. You can feel it off of people. You probably, when you're watching this video, you probably feel the enthusiasm, the happiness. And I bet you're like, wow, yeah, this is some really good stuff, right? Because I'm exuberating the positive vibes. If you do that with people, you will have spread the positivity, not only to your family, but to the people you come in contact with. You yourself will change your own life by acting positive, by changing the way you think, will change the way you feel. You act positive, positive things will happen, and you will start to see your life change. I guarantee you, if you exuberate positive energy, positive things will happen to you. Don't stay negative. Life is good. I'm gonna go check out what's going on out here real quick.